it's Lynn with Littlefoot Nursery. I am here to change Silicone baby Evelyn, who is the Emerson full body silicone by Noe Art Dolls. Her face was sculpted by Izzy Zhao, and then Noemi did the body, and so it was a great collaboration between two artists. And Lazara Brito actually did her rooting, so it's I guess with three artists, it's a collaboration. So I love this baby girl so much. I wanted to chat about just I don't know, just like some life updates and and just to share the exciting news that I did get my COVID vaccine, the second dose, just a few days ago, and I wanted to chat about that experience and kind of what my personal side effects were. I'm completely great now, but yeah, just for the first couple days, probably did feel some side effects. And so I think it's, anyway, but I just wanted to share about that. And I'm going to change this adorable girl into this Disney kind of like a bodysuit tutu sort of one-piece outfit. It is so cute. I don't think I've had any of my babies wear it yet, but I think it's so adorable. I can't remember if anybody wore it, but I saw it and it just made me happy. So I've been very, very yeah, there's just been so much exciting stuff that has happened recently. They did announce really recently that the Disney parks, like Disneyland and other theme parks here in California, could reopen as early as April 1st, assuming that the numbers continue to trend the way that they're trending, which is like so incredibly exciting. I think the tickets, there's no annual passes right now, so you'd have to buy a ticket. And it's only, I think, for California residents because the capacity initially would be limited to only 15%. So it's I'm gonna try dressing her from the bottom up because yeah, I think that'll work better because with this huge tutu, it's a little messy to put that over her head. So oh my gosh, this is so adorable. I can't even stand it. It's so cute. Anyway, but yes, let me tell you guys about my, vaccine story and kind of what happened. So for those of you guys who missed my prior video, because you guys are probably thinking like, how did you get the vaccine? You're not 65. You are correct. So basically because my husband and I, we have two special needs kids with autism who are clients of the regional center. We were notified by the regional center that the parents and caregivers were eligible to get the vaccine now. And I think and so it's a lot of the special needs parents, that particular community that has been eligible in the healthcare worker tier, here, at least here in California. So, oh my gosh, this is so cute. Yeah, oh my gosh, so cute. Look at her. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna just pick her up for a second. Oh my gosh, she looks like a princess. Really makes me want to take her to Disneyland like right now. Oh, she's so sweet. Just it feels so great to hold a silicone baby. It really does. And I've just been so stressed out at work lately that I need to spend more time with my hobbies. I really do. Anyway, okay, so so we had gotten, so that was why we were eligible for the first dose. In the first dose, we did the kind of LA Dodger Stadium drive-through. They have a huge vaccination site, and we just kind of like went online, made an appointment, and you have to just keep constantly checking the website. Like the sad and ironic thing is like you have to be pretty tech savvy, I feel like, to actually be able to even secure an appointment. So I think a lot of people have just been helping the elderly and people in their lives that have a little bit of trouble kind of just navigating the website because you have to be so quick online once a spot opens up. So anyway, so I was finally able to get appointments for my mom, myself, and my husband. And my mom had been trying to put it off because she didn't want to have to drive somewhere unfamiliar. So, but then once we found out my husband and I were eligible, I went ahead and made an appointment for her and brought her with me. So we got vaccinated together. Okay, so for the second dose, we did not, because they told us we were going to get an email notification saying that kind of when our appointment would be. So we got the notification that it was like at a certain date, and I think it was like a 3 p.m. appointment, which was the same time as our last appointment. So we went ahead and just kept the time. And last time we were in and out in about 45 minutes. It was pretty quick and efficient. I mean, there was a line of cars, but it moved pretty fast and it wasn't a very long line. So we had sort of, once we got to the front, we got the shot, waited 15 minutes for any, allergic reactions. And then, everything was fine and we left. So it was about 45 minutes in and out. Okay, well, this time, when we got there, it was a really long line of cars. I mean, it was like stretching back. It feels like a couple, like at least, maybe a mile or two. It just seemed like really long. I didn't really check exactly the length, but oh my gosh, it was a very long line of cars. So we get in line. And one of my friends, who is also a special needs parent, she had her appointment for that day too. So we were like texting each other. And then I had a late lunch, so I had used the restroom before I left. But when I got there, I was like, uh-oh, this is a long line, and I like might need to go at some point, depending on how long we're here. So I was just kind of keeping my fingers crossed. Anyway, so we kind of finally get through the line and everything's moving, and it took us about an hour to kind of get to the entrance part of Dodger Stadium. And then once we got there, we then kind of had to like weave. There's a lot of weaving, a bunch of weaving lines in the parking lot. Okay, so then we pull up to the part where we're about to kind of get the shot, and I was like, okay, great. It's been about an hour and a half. Not too bad, like, I mean, it could have been worse. And I'm thinking like, yes, we're going to get the shot. So then we're sitting there and like literally nothing is happening. Like I don't see anybody getting the shot. A lot of people are by now getting up to use the bathroom. I'm kind of like thinking like, you know what, I think I'm going to do the same. So I had to use the porta potties that they had there, and it wasn't awful because they did have like a hand washing station, which was good. But yeah, we were just all sitting and wondering what was going on. So what happened basically were, I think more people showed up than they thought were going to come. And I think for second doses, they try not to turn people away, even if they don't have an appointment, I guess. And so they went ahead and administered those doses, and they sort of like ran out by the time it was our turn. So we just had to we had to wait while they procured like more doses. And I think she was explaining something about, because we got the Moderna vaccine. She was explaining that it has to be, I guess, defrosted or thawed, for 30 minutes, and then it needs to be mixed. And then once it's mixed, it has to be used within a certain period of time or it goes bad, that sort of thing. So it's a very specific process. And they are very, very careful to have just enough, to not have extra. So they came by all the cars and said, okay, how many doses do you need? So we told them. And then we waited like another, I don't know, hour and 15 minutes or whatever. But by the time, like, so then we finally got the doses, and at that time I was panicking a little bit because I was thinking like, oh no, what if we don't get the shot after all that waiting and with an appointment? But thankfully the doses finally arrived. We got our shots. And then, we were on our way. But yeah, the whole thing, like end to end, took about 3 hours. So I guess my recommendation, for, I think any of the COVID appointments, just because you don't know like how long the wait will be, would be just to bring food, be prepared that you might have to use the restroom. So I was really cognizant to like not drink any water ever since I left the house. And so I was just very careful about not, putting myself in a position where I would like have to go to the bathroom a lot. Um, so that was kind of the experience actually getting the shot. So yeah, like when I got back, I definitely felt like soreness in my arm and felt like a little bit of fatigue that night, but I was still okay. I gave my son a bath. I took a shower and all of that. And then, but the next day, I was just feeling like tired, but again, I still like went for my morning walk, but I could definitely tell I was like a little bit more lethargic. Now that next day in the afternoon, so this is like almost 24 hours later after the shot, or maybe it was more like 18 hours or something like that. It was around midday. I did start to feel like some aches and chills. And so I took my temperature and it was like 99.7, which is high for me because I'm normally like in the 97, 98 range, low 98 range. And so I definitely knew I was spiking a little bit of a fever. And then, I'd scheduled a light day, but I still did have some calls I had to be on. So I took a couple Tylenol, sort of just stomached my way through the day, and then I took an hour-long nap, had dinner, and then just went to bed early. And I did take a couple Tylenol, kind of when I did feel that fever coming. So, and then the next day I was much better, like no aches, no chills, no fever, still soreness of arm, but, and just still some fatigue that next day. And then by the third day, a little bit of soreness of arm, but getting less, and just a little bit of fatigue. So for me, the kind of slight fever and some chills were just really for like a couple hours, maybe at most, on that like immediate day after. And this was with the Moderna. So I don't know. Everybody's reaction is a little bit different. They say if you are younger, you tend to have more side effects because of a more robust immune system. I know people who had like fever for a couple of days afterwards. But I will say, because I know some people are afraid to get the vaccine because of the side effects, or just afraid because it's new. I would just say don't hesitate. It will, like all of the vaccines, and don't worry about which vaccine, because the Johnson and Johnson, they did their clinical trials during a completely different time, especially with the new variants. And so you can't really compare apples to oranges. And that one's just one dose. So if you really hate needles, maybe that's a good one to do. Um, but all of them will save your life and keep you out of the hospital. Like that's the point. So I know for me, it's been just a like very, I don't know, I felt like so emotional and happy and relieved, just this sense of relief, especially after getting the second dose. I still have another, week before I'll have like the full immunity, but gosh, you guys, I can't even tell you, I am so excited to just like be planning, like, I don't know, to like leave my house again. I think I might go get my nails done. I think I might go get a massage or get my hair cut. Like, there's just so many things I haven't done in so long. And especially, and it's such good timing, especially with the announcement that Disneyland and other theme parks might open. Definitely feel like more comfortable to go out again. The thing that I wasn't sure about initially was just with regards to the fact that my kids are not vaccinated, and the kids probably will not have the vaccine until next year. But I do feel comfortable because just from what I've read and all the research I've done, the impact, the percentage of kids who are really adversely affected is extremely low. They tend to either be asymptomatic or have very mild symptoms. And so, yeah, so I'm thinking with my kids, it'll probably, I think the risk is low. But look, everybody has a different comfort level. I have a friend whose entire family caught COVID, and the adults were definitely like the most sick. And the three kids, she had said one of them just seemed a little tired one day. Another one had like, a bit of a stomach thing for like, 24 hours, but none of them had fevers. And then like after a day or two, they all seemed fine. So I do think if it does affect kids differently for some reason. So yeah, so I feel okay and comfortable to say, okay, you know what, we can go on, we can do our vacations this year. So, we are going to do Disney World later in the summer. We're going to do Hawaii in June. And, we went ahead and reserved to do the Legoland Build and Play Day, one of the days this spring. And yeah, and then, oh, my husband and I, we got the touch of Disney tickets. Gosh, that was crazy. We had to wait 6 hours in a virtual queue to try to get to purchase them, and they all sold out the day that it was announced. So I feel very fortunate that we were able to do that. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to share my story, and just to really encourage everybody to go get vaccinated, when you're eligible to do that. And hopefully everybody will be eligible over the next few months to get that. But it does, I think it is life-changing. I think it's just this feeling of like, okay, we can maybe start to move towards getting back to normal. I mean, I don't know about you. I just really miss people. Like I miss seeing people. I'm really excited to get to hug my mom after we both get past the kind of the immunity window. And I think once she gets past the immunity window, she's going to feel comfortable to see all of her grandkids. So yeah, we're just all like we're all just very excited about that. Um, yeah, but anyway, I don't know if you can tell. I'm just feeling so joyful and so thankful, and yeah, it's been a good week. And now I have, like, just a few days later, I really have zero side effects at this stage. They've all worn off, and I feel completely back to my normal energetic self, and just super excited to see, what the next few months hold. So I'm just excited. I feel like 2021 is going to be a better year. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching, and Evelyn's going to say bye to you guys, and we will see you guys on the next video. Bye.